This is Eye on the Community, and I am your host, Sean Anthony. And did you know that going just 5 miles over the speed limit puts you and others at risk when driving Columbus streets? Today, I'm joined by Maria Cantrell, Vision Zero coordinator for the city of Columbus, to discuss how we all can do our part to keep drivers, cyclists, and pedestrians safe. Maria, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. So, for our listeners who may not be familiar with Vision Zero, tell us more about the initiative and why this is something people in Central Ohio should know about.
Sure. Vision Zero is really a national movement to eliminate fatal and serious crashes by changing our approach to traffic safety. So traffic crashes, they're not inevitable. They are truly preventable. Yet sadly in Columbus, the number of people killed in traffic crashes has doubled since 2015. Reducing these crash-related deaths in Central Ohio is a coordinated citywide effort. Some partner agencies that we are working with include the Department of Public Service where I work, the Department of Neighborhoods, our health department, as well as agencies like CODA, ODOT, Columbus City Schools, and more. We know that even though we are human and we make mistakes, there are changes we can all make to reduce the severity of traffic crashes. We want to save lives with intentional and deliberate behavior changes from everyone: drivers, bikers, walkers, motorcyclists, and transit riders.
What are some of the causes of crash-related deaths? Also, are there people who are more at risk than others?
Yeah, common behaviors that contribute to the worst crashes include speeding. The faster a vehicle goes, the greater the likelihood of the crash, and the worse the severity of that crash. Also, distracted behaviors, which it seems like most everyone acknowledges. This is a problem when they see other people texting and driving, right? Yet at the same time, when we interview people or do a survey, most people admit that they continue to check their phone while waiting at a stoplight. This is still a distraction and can have bad outcomes. Additionally, there seems to be some lack of knowledge for some traffic laws, like yielding to pedestrians who are trying to cross the street, because people who are walking do have the right of way in crosswalks, and people driving do need to yield to them. So with that, people at the greatest risk are our vulnerable road users, people walking, biking, on scooters, and also motorcyclists. These are our traffic users that just don't have the protection of a frame of a steel car or a truck around them, right? And because of this, half of the people killed in Columbus on Columbus streets when moving around the city are these vulnerable road users.
You know, many people may not be aware that 65% of all crash fatalities happen on only 10% of Columbus streets. Can you share with us more about that? And what are some of those key neighborhoods?
Yes, we have what we call a high injury network, and you can see them all on our website at columbus.gov/Vision Zero. I don't think it would come as a surprise to your listeners that many or some of these streets include streets like Livingston Avenue, Cleveland Avenue, Sullivan Avenue, Morse Road, and more. Common factors of these streets: they have many lanes, people drive excessive speeds, there's lots of places on either side of the street to get to that may be desirable to drive to or walk to, but potentially with less good access for crossing the street. Many high injury network streets are also in and along Vision Zero communities of interest. These are neighborhoods that have higher populations of minorities, lower income families, potentially less access to personal vehicles. Sometimes it's areas with larger populations of disabled people, elderly, and children. So these populations have fewer choices about where or how they travel and when they travel, potentially putting them at higher risk as vulnerable road users. So Vision Zero Columbus is targeting both street improvements on these high injury network streets, and also outreach and engagement in these communities of interest to directly combat crash-related deaths. And in the upcoming months, we will have a series of events and initiatives that'll be hosted in several of these communities and neighborhoods to educate residents on Vision Zero, how they can join the mission. We'll have ambassadors speaking at events and meeting directly with residents in these select neighborhoods to spread the word about Vision Zero.
Very cool. Excellent. You mentioned earlier, Maria, and I just want to reiterate to make sure our listeners really heard this part. You said crash-related deaths include, number one, drivers, bikers, walkers, and now that it's getting warmer out, motorcyclists and individuals on scooters, right?
Yeah, the goal of Vision Zero is truly that every resident in Columbus has the right to travel home safely, whatever mode that you mentioned they choose or need to use. Reducing these crash-related deaths will really be an intentional effort and a change of behavior from each of us. Here at the city, we were working on adding and improving crosswalks, upgrading intersections and street corridors, as well as plans to reduce downtown speed limits to 25 miles an hour, where it isn't already 25 miles an hour. To see all the work we are doing, again, there's lots of information on our website at columbus.gov/Vision Zero. But also, as residents, we can make a difference here. Simple behavior changes that listeners can implement immediately include keeping your eyes on the road and off your phone. Maybe try keeping your phone out of reach while driving, but definitely slowing down. Movies today encourage fast and furious behavior, but the reality is racing along our street often ends in severe outcomes. And if you think about it, even one of the lead actors in that movie series died in an actual traffic crash. So for us as residents and people who drive around Columbus, even trying to drive 5 miles an hour slower can make a difference. It doesn't seem like much, but going 35 versus 40 miles an hour can be the difference of a life or death to a person crossing the street. And trust me, I understand we can all be in a hurry. I have to work hard myself to pay attention to that speedometer, but I'm just asking, each time we get in the car to try to make these small changes.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate for, no texting while driving. I even have a setting on my phone that as soon as I get in my car and turn my car on, it's a drive on mode. So like I get no notifications or anything. And if somebody texts me, they get an automatic reply saying, "Hey, I'm driving and I'm not going to respond until I get to." And I just wish everybody had that capability, because it bothers me when I see people driving literally head in their phone, while you're driving. It's just very dangerous. But I'll digress and get off my little soapbox.
Yeah,
I
no,
wish,
I
because I
get
wish I could
it.
put a sign in my passenger window, "Get off your phone." But
And
anyway,
and so many people strongly feel the way you do, yet at the same time, we know so many of us can still be guilty of that. And
yeah,
so just trying to make those small changes can make a big
absolutely.
difference.
Maria, these are some big problems you and your team are tackling, and we know intentional support from our community in Columbus, we can continue to make a difference in reducing crash-related deaths here in Central Ohio and ultimately bringing that number to zero. How can those listening right now become involved in the work of Vision Zero?
Yeah, a simple way is to follow Vision Zero on social media, specifically Instagram and Facebook, for updates, events, giveaways, and life-saving information. We're going to be sharing some of those traffic safety laws that maybe people weren't as aware of. Listeners can also visit, again, plug in that website, columbus.gov/Vision Zero. You can look at our action plan and all the changes we're looking to make on our streets, and a whole big plan involving Columbus City Schools is going to be having traffic safety curricula for students starting next year for all students at all grade levels. I'm really excited about that. But also on our website, you can take our Vision Zero pledge and become a Vision Zero hero. Just committing your effort that you're going to not have your phone in your hand while you drive. You're going to drive the speed limit, things like that. Also on our website, you can join our email list to get information. And also, again, look at that high injury network map. It's interactive. You can zoom in and you can see where crashes have happened. That's on our website, but we definitely will have events going on where we're going to have ambassadors attending events, talking to people in the community and make sure, you get a chance to speak to them. If you see a Vision Zero sign at an event, come up to our table. We'd love to talk to you and hear from you about maybe, some of the ideas that you have as well. So, we're all here to be part of that solution. Again, columbus.gov/Vision Zero.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Maria Cantrell, the coordinator for Vision Zero in the city of Columbus. I also want to thank the city of Columbus and the entire Vision Zero team for working to ensure our streets are safe. And like Maria said, make sure to follow Vision Zero on social media and subscribe to the Vision Zero email list for updates on events and resources. And also, again, visit columbus.gov/Vision Zero. I'm Sean Anthony, and remember, traffic accidents are preventable, and we all have a role to play in making sure everyone in Columbus makes it home safe. Let's get to work. Take care.